Morning, guys. It is another beautiful day today. Considering it's October, I would kind of think that it'd be a lot cooler than it is, but it's absolutely beautiful. Leaves have definitely changed here in Indiana, uh, but absolutely beautiful temperatures. I think it's actually the temperature. I think it's gonna be like 70 again today. Kind of crazy considering it's October, but. Anyway, so I had to come outside to film this today and enjoy some of this beautiful weather before I jump into school with the kiddos. So anyway, I wanted to share today on mamas. This is mostly for you, but I know for me, years ago, I had went through a hard time of feeling like I was possibly missing out on what God had called me to do. I mean, I'm talking many years ago. I had actually just probably had our first two, and it was a hard time. I was crying actually and sharing that with Noe, and I just felt like, am I doing everything that I could be doing? I felt like I couldn't help out at the church as much, and I couldn't be involved in things. And now that I had the two children, Noe was able to go and do things and go places. I meant like help out with things at the church and be a part of like missions trips and things. He could do things, and I was always home with the kids, and I just couldn't. Loved what I was doing. I didn't want to change anything that I was doing. I just felt like, oh my goodness, am I doing enough? And he, of course, prayed with me and everything, but he had come across this really cool video. And he brought it home with me and shared with me like that night or something. And it was really awesome. It was kind of like just a little video, and it showed these different people, like it was they were in heaven and they were about to stand before the Lord. And they were talking about what they had done, and like a preacher would walk up and talk about how he had ran a church, and a missionary had walked up and shared how they had done things in all these different parts of the world and really touched lives. And then after all these people, it was time for this woman had stepped up, and she kind of lowered her head a little bit and looked almost ashamed, but she had said, Lord, all I've really done was I cared for my kids. I've been home with my kids. And the Lord was so pleased with her and said to her, that's exactly what you were supposed to be doing. So it's obviously telling the story doesn't do justice to actually watching the video, but for me, it really hit home. It was really meant so much to me. So anyway, I want to encourage you, if you are a mom and you ever have those feelings, you're ever just come to the point of thinking, am I doing what God called me to? Am I doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing, that really God called me to do? Yes, you are. We truly are. Sometimes we forget to recognize that our children are people. They're people also, and they're our future generations. And so what we do, how we train them up, and the time we spend with them, and everything we pour into them is molding them and helping them become who God created them to be. And so it is such an honor, like I always say, it is an honor to be mom and dad. But if you ever get to the point where you're feeling that way, then rest assured that you are. And you might even be a mom that isn't a stay-at-home mom. Maybe you're just a mom that works a job and is out of the house also. We just have to remember that all of us really are doing exactly what God called us to do, because that's the journey that we're on in that moment. That's the season that we're on, is our children. If we have children, that should be our primary focus, is taking care of them, training them up, and pouring the very best into our kids. So anyway, it meant a lot to me. It was something, like I said, that really made me look at it in a different light and recognize that it caused me to actually even enjoy and recognize how much of a blessing it truly is to be mom. And I am a stay-at-home mom, and so that is something that you do all day long, 24/7, and with homeschooling also. So I'm always with my kids, but recognizing that and taking that so seriously, and recognizing that this is my season. At some point, my season will change and shift, and I won't have kids anymore to care for in that sense, in my care 24/7. I won't, and I'll be in a different season of my life, and God will have me doing whatever it is that He's called me to do at that point. But once we become parents, that is exactly what we are called to be doing. Even fathers, you are definitely a breadwinner of the home, and so yes, you are providing for the family. But at the moment that you become a parent, that is your calling. That is your calling. It needs to be at the very top of our priorities, that we are making these kids number one in our lives and giving them our very best. Like I said, it's only for that season and then they move on. So let's just aim to give them our very best. So I encourage you with this today. I hope you were encouraged with this word, and have a blessed day. If you know anybody else that could be encouraged by this, hey, don't hesitate to share it, to get it out. Let's get encouraging word out to our fellow brothers and sisters, all of our friends, our family. Let's get more encouraging words. This is a tough place right now. The world is a kind of a crazy place, a lot of things going on, and as we know, it's only going to get worse. Praise God. Praise God. We have each other. Iron sharpens iron. And so let's get this encouraging word out to everyone. So like this video and share it, and have a blessed day.